Hello, everybody from St Andrews, where Rangers have fallen to another pre-season defeat at the hands of English League One side Birmingham City. Pretty sobering evening here down in the Midlands tonight, and we're going to divulge what happened here. Rangers, very experimental side that Philip Clement fielded to start off the game. We had Liam Kelly in goal. James Tavernier, a surprise starter at right back. Ridvan Yilmaz over on the left, a back two of Clinton Enciala. The first time I've seen him in action in a Rangers jersey alongside Leon Balogun. A midfield of Cole McKinnon, Mohamed Diamandi and Alex Lowry, with Danilo, the lone striker, with Mrabi Matondo and Ross McCausland on either flank. And I've got to be honest, the first half was an absolute calamity as far as Rangers are concerned. They were all over the shop, offered very little in an attacking sense. The rare occasions they did get forward in Birmingham's final third, they fluffed their lines. Ridvan Yilmaz managed to fire a shot wide, curled an effort when the goal was gaping over on this near side here. And we also seen Rabi Matondo with a tame effort as well. Alex Lowry not really testing Bailey Peacock Farrell with an opportunity either. Ross McCausland had a sort of half chance, you could say, but Rangers were powder puff in attack. And at the back, shambles, unfortunately. The first goal comes from a corner. The boy Koji Miyoshi with a corner into the Rangers 6-yard box. It hits off James Tavernier and goes into the back of the net. The second goal is a disaster as well. Alfie May is a really good player at this level, a new signing for Birmingham this summer. Had beat off a number of clubs to sign him, but he found himself with acres of space in the Rangers penalty area before slotting the ball past Kelly into the corner. Clement had to do something at half-time because the team were roundly booed, and quite rightly booed, by the thousands of Rangers fans who made the long journey south for this game, travelled from far-flung places, and they were a real credit to the club throughout the course, not only of this game, but the day as well. They sang throughout. They brought the atmosphere, great pyrotechnic display at halftime as well. But on the pitch, Rangers were all at sea. And the fans leaving the game tonight will be asking even more questions, and certainly concerns will be growing with the game against Hearts at Tynecastle just around the corner. We've got Union Berlin coming up as Rangers round off their pre-season campaign, which will be a step up from tonight's opposition. Rangers were really poor. We spoke to Philip Clement after the game, and yes, we're going to, I'll reveal what he had to say, some interesting takeaways from that press conference. Second half, the manager made four changes at halftime. He brought on Cyril Dessers, Leon King, Connor Barron, and he also brought on Scott Wright, and it was Wright who got Rangers back into the game. Nice bit of control and finish on the 70-minute mark to reduce the deficit. Had a chance just after that as well that he dragged wide, and he actually was played in the number 10 position, which was interesting. Stephen gets in touch and he says, hear me out, Scott Wright is a 10 if he's not sold. Yep, listen, I thought he was pretty decent playing in that number 10 role. And what the player I'm about to talk about, Todd Cantwell, will not be playing for Rangers again, I'd imagine. So certainly you would think that it sort of frees up a position. That we know that Tom Lawrence, I don't think he's going to be the answer. Yanis Hadji is set for a departure. Alex Lowry started the game in that number 10 role, didn't really take his opportunity. The manager did say he was unhappy, especially with that first half, with the intensity, players just being too static, and certainly I don't think Alex took his chance that was afforded to him this evening. But yep, Scott Wright was Rangers' probably more likely most attacking outlet in that second half, which tells you everything you need to know, really. Cyril Dessers, it was probably a bit of an improvement on Danilo in that first half. Danilo certainly looks like a player who's coming back off a long-term injury. He's well off the pace. Rangers need reinforcements in the attacking area. Now, by all accounts, it looks like things are going in the right direction with movement with regards to, first of all, the winger from the Czech Republic, and Václav Černý. The manager wouldn't be drawn on those rumours in the press conference, which you can watch on the YouTube channel, folks. He says he won't be talking about rumours. Another player that's been heavily linked, and it looks like a deal is edging closer, is that of Morgan Whittaker. Of course, Rangers previously linked with him at Plymouth. It looks like a substantial amount of money could be spent on bringing him up to Glasgow, and that would really be an exciting signing for me, that's for sure. But what I just witnessed tonight was... it was dire. Let's be honest. As Damien says, he says, Derek, this is absolutely dire. If Birmingham City beat us and could have done more, Kiev are going to batter us. Yep. Without quality additions, Damien, then you do worry for this Rangers team. Not just, the Champions League qualifiers, of course, but going to Tynecastle. Hearts will be licking their lips, I'd imagine, given what Rangers have produced in this pre-season campaign so far. The manager did touch on in his press conference that 13 of the squad were academy graduates, which, that's a good point that he makes. The likes of Robbie Fraser came on. We've seen Bailey Rice, Finlay Curtis, Archie Stevens also came on as well, which is good experience for them. But in the main, this looked like a team of strangers tonight. There is no shape. There's no clear style of play. The fans really wanted to see an improvement on the weekend performance against Manchester United's kids, and unfortunately, we didn't see it. So, a really dire display. The manager, incidentally, he did speak on James Tavernier. He says he looks like someone, he's not fit. He's not fit enough. It was his first game back, of course. It was a surprise seeing him, given reports that he has agreed terms with Trabzonspor. Whether we see him at the weekend remains to be seen. He was hooked at half-time for Leon King. Connor Goldson, he says, he's been allowed to leave, he said, prior to the game, and also said in the press conference Rangers have accepted a bid for him, and he's away speaking to a potential club. Now, he was asked by the Sky reporter, is he heading to Cyprus? And he says no, somewhere close. Now, I do know that Aris Limassol are in Austria on a pre-season training camp, so I wonder if he is heading over there. Aris, certainly all the noises coming out from Cyprus is that they expect Connor Goldson to be confirmed as an Aris Limassol player by the end of the week. So certainly watch this space with regards to that. But Goldson, the manager, did say he was set to start the game this evening until that offer came in, and he did allow him to go and join his, go and talk to his prospective employer. So certainly looks like we've seen the last of Connor Goldson. And spoke about Sam Lammers as well. And he says he has been training with the B team. He says he's not part of the plans. Now, of course, reports prior to the game was that FC20 have agreed a deal worth in the region of about €5 million, which I think is probably a pretty decent return on Sam Lammers. I think there is an argument by many that suggests that he should have been played in his correct position, as he was at FC Utrecht as a number 9, but it's clear that the manager doesn't fancy him, and he will be heading back to the Eredivisie. A lot of people are saying surely Goldson's going to Birmingham. They were linked with him a week or so ago, weren't they, and Connor Goldson. But listen, there are a number of clubs interested in Goldson. It certainly is clear, though, that he will be moving on from Rangers. So that was it, folks. Not much to write home about. In terms of positives, I touched on it. Scott Wright's goal aside, Clinton Enciala, I thought, he's a young guy learning the game. I thought he had some nice moments in that first half. He had two good blocks. He played a lovely pass to Cole McKinnon that set up a chance for Rabi Matondo, I think it was, in the first half. But that aside, less said about it, the better. We're asking more questions than we have answers, unfortunately, coming away from St Andrews this evening. Rangers fans with the player, the man of the match, woman of the match, they were everything tonight. The Rangers fans, they were superb. So hats off to each and every one of them. But Clermont has work to do with just over a week to go until the Premiership campaign gets underway. And you can't blame the supporters for feeling frustrated, worried, concerned about what the season has in store. Rangers need quality additions and fast. And let's just hope that by the end of the week, we start to see a bit of movement with regards to that. Not only offensively. I think defensively, Rangers look poor at this moment in time. They look weaker than they did last season, which is not a good sign. So, yep, they need to improve and improve fast. Right, that'll do us there, folks. Thank you for all of you for tuning in to the show. I know it wasn't the most satisfying of evenings here. So, yep, just on Cantwell, I don't know if I mentioned it yet. This was interesting. The manager conducted his press conference. He then left, and then about 2 minutes later, he came back in because he wanted to address a situation with regards to Todd Cantwell. He said that Todd came into his office, I think a couple of weeks ago, and said that he's looking for a new challenge. And he wants to leave Rangers. So that is the reason why he is not featured in this pre-season campaign. He's still training with the club, but he will be moving on. Where he's moving on to, I'm not entirely sure. He has been linked with a move to Saudi Arabia, of course, as well as down south. But yeah, Todd Cantwell will be moving on from Rangers. And the manager came in and explained that situation. You can watch that in full over on the YouTube channel, folks. So do go and check it out, as well as his other press conference where he spoke about the game as well. Right, we'll be back again tomorrow morning. I need to make the journey back up the M6 to Warrington. I'll be back on with Joshua tomorrow. We'll dissect the match in more detail, discuss the big talking points. So we hope you can join us then. But yeah, that's all for now. Good night, and we'll speak to you tomorrow. Bye for now.